Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Good Girls Season 4, Episode 4, Dave. Let me fix myself, child, because I ain't trying to show y'all the good girls. Anyway, we start off with Beth doing the routine, you know, the mommy routine, you know, getting the kids up, getting them ready for school, breakfast, that sort of thing, while Dean just sits in his cell. She and the kids are kind of missing his presence in the house. You know, the kids, they want Pop-Tarts, and she's like, we don't have Pop-Tarts. And they're like, yes, we do. Daddy always hides them up there on top of the fridge. So she goes up there, and lo and behold, that's exactly where the Pop-Tarts are. And then they're like, and he also lets us have soda. I don't know if they were having breakfast or what, but Daddy give them anything that they want. And, you know, the kids are like, when is Daddy coming home? Beth gets a knock at the door, and it's Big Kahuna. We find out his name is Dave. And I was calling her FBI girl, but these people aren't even with the FBI. They're with the Secret Service. So I don't know what her position is. I don't even know her name, but oh well. They're at the door, and you know, they come inside and they want her to give up Rio. That's basically all they want from her. Like, we can put you up in witness protection, and you know, we can help y'all out. She gives them all the excuses, of course, as to why she ain't finna turn in Rio, why she's not giving him up. You know, she's just like, he's gonna kill me, he'll kill my friends, you know, like the repercussions are quite bleak. Like, don't nobody want to deal with Rio and whatever aftermath, you know, comes from her turning him into the Secret Service. And they have that picture with, you know, the whole blueprint on, you know, what they're supposed to do and how they do it, how the whole operation works. You know, she put that on the back of that picture, and they have that picture in tow. So she did flip it over, and she did see everything that that she wrote on the back of it. So, you know, and she's like, I mean, I'm a mom. Like, who's going to believe I wrote that? And the FBI girl goes and looks at the grocery list on the refrigerator, puts it next to the picture. And she's like, I feel like this is real close right here. I mean, I don't normally put hearts over my eyes. So, I mean, I think that that's distinct. That's you. And it's going to be obvious that that's you, you know, you know, in front of a jury. So you might want to help us help you. Stan gets home from work, and he has like this bandage on his hand. His hand is wrapped up, and he's standing there, and then we see flashbacks of him like punching something over and over and over again. So he's the muscle. Like I said last week, they have changed his job description. Now he's going to do whatever they ask him to do. You know, he's the driver, muscle. He's just there to do all the brunt work. Ruby, she's up early, and, you know, she got coffee ready. They're supposed to be going to their son's assembly at the school. He's saying, you know, dang, I was just finna come in here and take a nap. I got to get up in a minute. Like, what you mean assembly? Do we both have to be there? And, you know, of course, Ruby is like, yes, we all have to go. Stan says, he says, you know, he's doing a double, and Ruby looks at his hand, and she's like, well, what did happen to you? And he gonna say, you should see the other guy. Ruby tells him to get showered, and, you know, she walks away because they got to go to this thing. Stan is standing there thinking about what really happened, and then we see that he really was punching a cash register over and over and over again. And so that's why he, you know, got bloody knuckles. The owner of the place, my guess is this is one of that guy's front businesses. I'm not sure, but he was there to collect. And yeah, I'm just gonna go on and assume that this place, the cleaners, this is a front business. And the man is like, sir, we keep the key on the side. If you just look over there on the side, the key is right there. And he looked around there. Oh, okay. Annie, she goes to see her therapist, and she's just so lost without Ben. Ben, she's codependent for one. And the fact that she and Ben grew up together, they're really close. So she's telling him, how much smarter Ben is than her, and like how he helps her out around the house, and he's the one that fixes this and fixes that. And she don't have no help around there. She don't know what to do with herself because he ain't there. So she bought these concert tickets that she wanted to gift him. And, she thought that would win him back. That would get him to come back. And the therapist basically tells her, look, you can't just cast the net and think that you're going to get what you want. And you also can't just make people like you. You can't do that. And she kind of took it personal, like he was speaking for himself as well. But she takes it personally and leaves. The ladies, they're being filled in on their options. It's go into witness protection. Beth is telling them, what the deal is that they've been offered. Going to witness protection, they're going to, give them a job, give them a car, give them somewhere to live, all of that. And Annie in there, so can I go to Guam? What about Puerto Rico? What about Hawaii? She just asked about all these places, and they like, listen, I don't know, but I'm sure any commonwealth, anything around here, I think it's good to go. I think that, those are well within your options. And she's like, listen, I just want to make sure that I can go. Like, you saying that, but I want to make sure that Timbuktu is one of the options. If in the event that, they get to go through with this deal. She is worried about the hitman as well. It's like, okay, well, if Rio dies, doesn't the whole deal, isn't that off the table? So now they got something else to think about. They go to the hitman's office, and we see that he is gone. He's packed up. The whole building is for sale or for lease, or one of the two. But he's gone. He's in the wind. He done ghosted them. So they got to find him. Beth was like, son of a bitch. Yeah, Beth. Yeah, you should have called ahead, sis. You should have called him up on the line and said, hey, you're going to be around there about 2 o'clock. We're going to come around there. I got something to talk to you about. No, she ain't called. They just popped up. Anyway, the girls meet with the guy that referred the hitman, the paraplegic. He tells them, usually when a person just up and vanishes like that, it's because they're getting ready to start on the job. And so now they're like, oh, Lord, are we too late? Because now he's, full steam ahead, and they want to back out again. He tells them, okay, well, Beth is like, I'm still going to pay him. Like, he can't go through with the job. And she's like, and I'll even pay you to get him to not do it. Like, I'm willing to do whatever. And he said, maybe there's something that you can do for me. Something that I haven't been able to do for myself. All of you can do it. And they looking around like, what you trying to say? What you getting at? What you talking about? And Annie, of course, she automatically her mind is always in the gutter. And so she automatically goes there. And she's like, okay, you, me, bathroom, let's go. And he's like, what? Wait a minute. I'm married. Excuse me. That ain't what I was asking you about, but okay. He said he gonna let them know. He'll call with the details on his request. Beth, she's at the prison visiting Dean, and when he sees that the kids aren't there, he gets up to leave because he don't see it for Beth. And she's like, wait, Dean, wait, let me talk to you. She tries to make that small talk about the Pop-Tarts, and he's just looking at her like, what the do you want? Why are you here? If you ain't bringing the kids, I don't want to see you. She shows him a picture of this house. And, he's like, what is that? She's like, it's in Nevada. They have all of this, that, and the third, because she got to run down all the amenities of the place and all of what's included and how great it would be for them to live there. And you always said you wanted to go to Vegas or move to Vegas one. I can't remember, but he always, mentioned Vegas. And so now she's, trying to give him Nevada on a platter. Ruby, she's in the kitchen taking measurements, and she's letting, Stan comes in there. She's letting Stan know, how serious she is about them, leaving town. He's buttering up to the idea himself, but he's not sold. I don't think he take her serious. Then we see the ladies at the store. They're doing what they were asked to do. They're there to pick up all these supplies for the man that needed the favor. They, you know, looking at the list and everything in the cart, and they realize, wait a minute, is he about to try to make a bomb? Annie and Beth figure it out, but Ruby, she lost. You know, she's like, what's the problem? They were like, okay, remember that one time that you had sang at the birthday party? And Ruby was like, yeah, I killed it. Like, I did a great job. No, the time before that. No, I did a really good job. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Just out with it. And then they're like, no, remember that time? And she's like, Annie was like, so what did you do? I bombed. Yes, girl. Yes, these are ingredients to make a bomb, or so it seems. The girls, you know, they go and give him, you know, his supplies, and they're judging him about his little bomb kit. And, you know, he's talking about how because they, you know, they're worried about who it's for, who he's trying to blow up. And he mentions his mom. So now it's like, you trying to kill your mama? They were just disgusted. And he's just talking. They just ain't on the same page at all. And you know, he's like, I'm just glad that, you know, the cancer didn't get her before I could do it. And they're like, why would you want to do that? You know, mama. He was talking about planting a garden. So all of those supplies are for planting a garden. He's like, y'all are sick. I mean, sir, you a whole hitman and know plenty of them. So what are they supposed to think? Anyway, Beth, she's swamped with the kids. And at the same time, we see Stan out stealing money still. You know, he the muscle man. This time he taking change from a vending machine. Annie, she ends up throwing those concert tickets in the trash. She gonna do what the therapist say. Ruby, she's online looking up where do black people live in Wyoming? No, Ruby, they don't. Stan, he tells the boss, you know, that he's done doing this and he's not gonna, you know, I can't do this job no more. I want to go back to my regular position. You know, I think I've paid my debt to you. He tells him, you know, okay, go get some rest and come back later. He should have known that he couldn't trust that. Beth drops in on the hitman's open house. And, you know, he doesn't want her to break their contract. All that back and forth, you know, is why he don't do the jilted lovers. He figures, you know, that she cut a deal. You know, he asked her about that. What was your deal? You must have cut a deal. You know, Beth is like, I got kids. I can't do Fiji. I can't just ride off in the sunset with you. I have a family and my husband is in jail. Like, I got bigger fish to fry. I don't have time. Oh, okay. But he said he gonna do his job. Anyway, Beth and Rio end up meeting for drinks, and she tells him, you know, that the Secret Service want him. She tells him that they gave her this deal and what the deal is. And he's just like, okay, what you gonna do about that? And, you know, she hands them this picture of Dave. And I think, okay, she gonna try to get him to kill him. But what about FBI girl? Like, she's still gonna be on the case. And they just gonna send somebody else on the case like they keep doing. But, you know, she says that this is Dave. He's in charge. And Beth is just like, she ain't going back to carpool. She ain't going back to being the class mom. She ain't going back to baking cookies for the bake sale. She's done with the mundane life that she was living. So she got to get back to making the money. Rio say he gonna handle Dave, and then he tells the bartender to give her the whole bottle, and then he leaves. Stan is at work, and he has a few words with another coworker that's in the break room eating his lunch. Eating Stan's lunch, that is, not eating his own lunch. And a police officer comes in there, and, you know, they want to see Stan's ID and all of this, that, and, you know, and Stan is like, what's going on? Oh, you match the description of a robbery down at the cleaners. Do you mind showing me your ID? And, you know, he's like, I'm not like, he's, you know, getting agitated. The boss comes in and he stirs the pot some more, you know, trying to, throw a little salt on it and create a little doubt in the police officer's mind, but then backpedals and is, you know, and gives him an alibi. He ain't shit. He was the anonymous tip. And so basically he's like, listen, I can turn you in anytime that I want. So you gonna get back to work or what? He tells him, be at the car in 2 hours. No, in 20 minutes. Post stand just done got all in some mess. Annie, she's running to her car after one of Ben's games, and he sees her, you know, Mom, you know, he goes over there and they chat or whatever. She's been to all the games, you know, so she's been off on the sidelines, you know, trying to support. One of the classmates comes up and, you know, they finna go get ice cream because they won. And Ben invites her, you know, you can come if you want to. There'll be other parents there. And she just declines, you know. I guess she just needed to know her baby, you know, is still her baby. Beth is cooking dinner. And her youngest gonna decide that she want to try it on this night. Beth said, turn the TV off and let's go get washed up for dinner. Everybody left but the little one. She gonna sit there and give Beth a look like, psh. So she's rebelling because she missed her daddy. But you was about to get a whooping, girl. You was about to get a whooping. At the same time, the hitman is watching Rio. Watching Rio, you know, walk through the streets or whatever. Rio goes inside this, like, bar, and he's in there for a few minutes. And the hitman, you know, is just waiting on him to come out. And when he comes out, you know, he gets back in position. And he's looking, you know, looking in the scope. He sees him. And just as he's about to shoot, the Rio decoy pulls his hood off, and it's not Rio. Rio is in fact in the room with him, standing behind him with his gun on him. So Rio was 20 steps ahead of you. He gives the guy, you know, he gives him a chance to put away his weapon and everything. And Hitman thought he was gonna try it because he had an extra gun in the little it's an instrument case that he's carrying his gun in. But anyway, he don't get to pull that gun. Rio like, don't even try it. And Rio kills him. Annie is seeing her therapist, and she gives him this monarch butterfly. This butterfly was on her windshield. When she left Ben, when she got in her car, there was a monarch butterfly on her windshield, and she was looking at it and then and turned on the windshield wipers and killed the doggone thing. But she gifted him that monarch butterfly because he collects them. And so this is her, you know, saying goodbye. She no longer needs him. She's cured. You know, she's just like, you know, I can't make somebody like me, you know. So she don't need it no more because she was only there to make him like her. And he done flat out said you can't make people like you. And so she's taking that. And she's taking heed to that. And so that's that. Ruby tells Stan about Wyoming. You know, he's fine where they are. He knows what they're up against. He ain't trying to leave. The whole, you know, idea of living, you know, somewhere else and starting over completely is just too much. He ain't really with that. Beth and Rio, they meet again, and she gives him the new plates. She doesn't tell him who the artist is because she done learned from the first time he killed Lucy, and so he probably do that crap again. So she don't give him none of that. Before he leaves, you know, he tells her, he was like, "Oh, you know, your big kahuna, he wasn't trying to he wasn't trying to take me in. He was trying to take me down." She was like, "Take you down? He tried to kill you? Damn, like you just never know with them. I mean, you know, like that's what they give." Rio is not a fool, girl. He know you sent that hitman and then tried to backpedal and pussy pop, and now you don't want to kill him no more. He is not stupid. Rio, I don't think he'd be fooled by her. But he's also very impressed with how she moves, and he's always been that way from the beginning. He never took it personally, you know, if he got double crossed by Beth, because it's like, damn, girl, you good. Oh, it ends there. That it ends, you know, after that, Dean is just in his prison cell, you know, lonely. Sitting in there real lonely and depressed, looking, but he has that picture of that house in Nevada, you know, up taped to the wall. So he might be down for, you know, for whatever Beth has up her sleeve. That's where it ends, guys. I'm excited, of course, for the ride to continue on. I would like for us to get a little bit more into the storyline. You know, like I wanna see more Beth and Rio and less of well, we ain't gonna see the hitman no more because he gone, so we think. Because you know how Rio is. He'll be done pulled it, and then next week the hitman is still alive, and then they team up to get Beth. So you just never know with this show. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.